All right, y'all. Now we're going to Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, it's a mutable air sign. Mutable means that you can adapt and change to the environment that's around you. And air represents our mentality and how we think and process thoughts through our head and how we communicate to people. So with that being said, Geminis are automatically great at being able to adapt to whatever conversation is going on around the room. Now, depending on where your Mercury is placed, will go about how you communicate, but the sun is just you putting that communication into action. So as a Gemini sun, y'all love to get around and meet new people because you never know what another person can offer. And that's how Gemini see it. You never know when you'll meet that next big person that can change your life, for the better. So Geminis love putting those things into action. I honestly feel that Libras and Geminis, I can't forget Sagittarius either, because Sagittarius is the opposite of Gemini. But like I said in the last video, they oppose each other like as a, not as a very bad opposing situation. They pretty much do the same thing, but in the exact same, they do the same thing, but in different ways. But it's like they have the closest similarities, period, though. It's not like how a Taurus and a Scorpio are opposites. They may sting and, ram each other and shit. Or like how a Aries and a Libra are different, and they'll always end up arguing because they can't see each other's viewpoint. A Gemini and a Sagittarius, they see shit pretty much the same way. Geminis are just stuck really on like little details, when Sagittarius are stuck on the big picture of things. So say for example, you were to get a new car. A Gemini will compliment you on the rims, how the tires look smooth, how the inside of the fabric nice and shit. They'll be into something like that. But then the Sagittarius will see it and be like, oh, you got a new car? All right, man, yeah, it's good shit. Now you can get to wherever it is you're going. And that's the difference. They still compliment you, they still giving you your props, they still doing good. Well, like I said, depending on the rest of the chart. But they do the same thing, just in a different way, okay? Now, with this opposing energy, since Gemini is the opposite of Sagittarius, that means that they have a lack of Jupiter energy, which means a lack of expansion and a lack of really just getting out there and seeing what they can find. Geminis are really some of the most introverted air signs. Aquarius they're better at actually meeting new people and getting people to like them. Geminis aren't really as liked as the other air signs, because Geminis, they speak their mind, really. Even though the other signs do as well. But Geminis, they're seen as being two-faced, which, that's some bullshit. Y'all just, let me explain exactly how it is, okay? Because I have a Gemini moon. A Gemini sun, they will see something in one way, but the other twin is seeing something in a different way. So when they express how they see something to you, and then they express the other side of the twin as somebody else, they're not being two-faced. They just have two different ways of seeing shit. You gotta think of it in that type of way and stop calling all Geminis two-faced, because that's definitely not the story. I know a lot of Geminis that are way realer than a lot of signs. So okay, don't put that energy on them like that. That's not fair. But also, since they have a great Mercury placement, their mind is always moving, or they can always be talking. Depends on what type of Gemini you have, because you have the introverted Geminis who are constantly in their mind. They can become negative if they were raised around that type of stuff, because their mind is always moving. They're just wondering why. How come people don't look at me like this way? How come people don't like me like this? Why am I such a in the cut person? But in reality, fuck all that shit. Just be yourself, man. Just strengthen your mental game and strengthen your spirit. That's all that matters, man. In this lifetime, we have to understand that none of this shit that we're seeing in front of us really makes a difference on how our soul will be, unless it's just a lesson to learn from that situation that we're going through. So as a Gemini, please learn the lessons that the universe is trying to show you, because Geminis tend to overlook the big picture, just like I was saying like a couple minutes ago. And with them ignoring that big picture, all they do is focus on the little details, when most of the time the little details won't even matter. Because if the universe is showing you a lesson and all you're noticing is the little details of that lesson instead of the whole big picture, what will you learn from it? Not a lot. So with that being said, y'all, please, please, please learn the lessons that the universe is trying to show you. Don't always only look at the little details. Sometimes you have to see the big picture of what someone or something is trying to get at, and just understand all of that, okay? But Geminis are great people, okay? So never think that just because someone is a Gemini, they're going to be two-faced, okay? That's just a stereotype. A stereotype is only true if you believe it. Just like anything in life. Shit, I got that shit tattooed on. Believe and you shall receive. So it's up to y'all. Think about that, okay? Love y'all. On to the next one.